You should consider enlisting. We need people like you. A little too close for comfort, mate.
Where did you come from?
I wish I could meet the Queen.
Stop running around like a cock.
You'd have to be insane to take on the Tommies.
Mind the gap and all that. I do hope Father's proud of me.
Whatever you want, I haven't got the time.
People have a negative attitude. That's what's stopping them.
Welcome to the Aeneid. Are you a member? I'm afraid I'm not expecting anyone matching your description. Perhaps you are not quite dressed correctly for the occasion. Oh, how well-mannered you are. Very well then. But, I was quite assured you would not be bearing any weapons in this establishment. I must insist you remove them before entering. Of course, of course. Please do head in right away. You'll find your, acquaintance in room 4 at the back.
Get a wiggle on, will you? I'm on my arse here. Excuse me. We're having a private meeting here.
How rude. A friend of yours, Peter?
No. At least I don't think so. What do you want? Old Johnny. Damn. And if I don't do what he says? Huh. Like that, is it? Well, I suppose I should be glad of the choice. I thought this day would come sometime. Ain't entirely nice what I did on old Johnny, but business is what it is. And I've had a good run of it. I can't complain about being forced into retirement, especially with how things have been turning for the Syndicate lately. You're the one, ain't you? There's been talk of some new blood in the Vagabonds fucking things over for the Syndicate, though you don't look like much. Here, have the ledger. But it won't be no use without a good gabber behind it. Relationships ain't made with bits of paper, and you two. Now that I'm going, fuck you and all you Ponzi gentry twats. I've had enough of sniveling in your shit. Go fuck yourselves.
How rude. The commoners really can't change, can they?
And after such a respectful business relationship. A shame.
And you, vagabond, what do you want?
A business proposition?
Very forward.
Very stupid. What would we gain from switching allegiance from the Isle of Dogs to a minor gang?
Interesting.
Alluring.
The change would be welcome.
Most certainly.
And we do like the hats.
All right, vagabond. Business is business. We shall be in touch.
Am I invisible, or are you an invalid? Which is it?
My mother wanted me to be a farmer, but I get my hands dirty in other ways. Look where you're going. More bodies getting shot done never hurt anything. Touch me again and there'll be consequences.
If you hang around, wouldn't hurt none. We need the numbers.
A new face. You sticking around?
More bodies getting shot done never hurt anything.
The butcher is back. Job's all done, I hope. Good. Where's Nelson? He'll have his ear to the ground on what folks are saying. Nelson.
Sebastian?
Old man, I asked you to keep an ear out about Black's lieutenants. What's the word?
Well, interesting stuff afoot to be sure. John Lockheed's gone entirely missing. But separately, there are reports of a horrible scene in a Millwall flat. Someone torn to absolute pieces. Body in no way identifiable. Let's talk of maybe some crazed chemhead doing it.
Winston, what the fuck have you done? You sick little shit.
Enforcer Sinclair is an interesting case. Her and a bunch of goons and some crazy animal have been laid out cold in a factory over Newham Way. Folks are saying it was a gang attack that must have taken a dozen men.
Not bad, me old China. Not bad at all.
And last but not least is Peter the Fence. News is he's scarpered, fled the city, and with a major chunk of the Syndicate's capital too, by all accounts.
Unbe-fucking-leavable. Some butcher you've turned out to be. Did you get the ledger, at least? Disappointing, don't even begin to cover this. What will people think of us now?
Course, word on the street don't matter so much as what Black knows. And he knows, I'm sure. He'll see that this were all the vagabond's work. Might take him some time to regroup his dogs, but when he hits back, he'll hit back hard. We could be talking total annihilation if we ain't ready.
Spare me the damned apocalypse talk, Nelson. I'll deal with Black. For now, dismissed.
As you will.
You're not a complete Muppet wayfarer, but you ain't bloody far behind. I tell you to kill Lockheed, and you let this sick pile of shit over here slice him into fucking human stew. And Peter, you let that fucking snake live. Shit like that comes back to bite you. The whole point here was to send a message, and instead you've just caused bloody chaos. But at least those pricks are done with. And maybe not everyone will get the message, but Black will. Let him flounder in the chaos a while. I'm coming for him. You're dismissed. I'll let you know when I need you next.
My mother wanted me to be a farmer, but I get my hands dirty in other ways.
Huh? Do you feel that? No, something more than that. I feel almost like there's a storm coming. Like something big is about to happen that's going to flip everything over. Something doesn't feel right. I don't like this. I'm going to go scout the perimeter.
Hello? Hello? Ah, young Plum, glad to finally hear you. Listen quick. I've had a word that Black is going to flee the city via his personal biplane at London City Airport. He'll take a bit of time to gather his bits. I need you to get down to his personal train and intercept him, alone. Good. Get to it.
If you hang around, wouldn't hurt none. We need the numbers.
Let's go. Want some more?
You think this will stop me?
Yeah.
Thought I could hear him. He snuck off to jam a little bastard.
You get bit.
You're gonna wind up in one of those big
Boy, they know better than to mess with the dogs. You get bit.
Going up. More. Going down. More.
What? Never mind.
Going up.
Hey! Come here, you little bastard! Hmm? Lads,
What?
found them. I'll get you.
Lads, found them.
deception, much as I should be used to it by now. But Black is comfortably sitting in his office in Canary Wharf. This train goes right there, in fact. I don't control it, mind. All done remotely. I got a little signaler here to tell the Syndicate chaps to trigger it once we've had a little chat. I'm afraid the lies go back many years. It's Gabriel's fault, really. He made me promise. Take a proper oath that if anything were to happen to him, that I'd keep his lad Sebastian safe. So when Black killed Gabriel and told me to become an informer or he'd slaughter Sebastian too, what were I to do? Bastard even paid me, just to add to the shame. I'm almost glad he took my eyes out, so I don't have to face myself in the mirror. I've been acting turncoat for 10 years now, feeding the Syndicate intel, pushing back against Sebastian's more aggressive plans. Sebastian don't have a clue. Perhaps. The thing is, I've kept the vagabonds under the radar, reigning in aggression, not overstepping on the Syndicate's toes. It's only by staying small that we've stayed alive. Until you came along. I knew you were special when the boys brought you in, but I didn't think you'd upset things this much. You've brought success after success for the gang. I know you haven't made everyone happy. You've certainly made Sebastian bolder, more fired up. Now he thinks he can take on Black with no challenge. It's mad. He ain't got a clue just how big Black really is. How impossible any war against him would be. And so, we come to this. Sebastian has become his own enemy. The biggest threat to his own survival. What am I to do? Stick behind him and let him get himself killed? Taking all the vagabonds with him? Or something else? Look, Black's an evil bastard. There is no denying that. But he understands how the world works. He sent me to give you an offer now. Betray the vagabonds and join with him. Otherwise, the vagabonds will get wiped out by him anyway. But it'll be slow and painful and leave half of East London in ruins. That's the situation. Accept Black's offer and you can go and see him right now. Perhaps you see more than me, young plum, but I don't know any other way out of this. We've come to the end of the track. Peace between the vagabonds and the Syndicate. Now that's a thought. You know, it almost gives me hope. And you? Yeah, maybe you could make this happen. All right, young one, you've inspired me. I don't know how Black will react, but we can take it to him. But I warn you, this may end badly. Let's go then.
Come in, vagabond on the train. Come in. I've ordered the Isle of Dogs Syndicate for a temporary truce with you. I'll meet you at the station exit. No funny stuff. I've been ordered that this
Touch
will
me
last
again.
sharp.
Didn't your mum teach you better? Look where you're going.
But you mess around, and it's over. Mind the gap.
Can't find it anywhere else. Try here. Take a look. Until next time.
So you're the one they call the Wayfarer. You don't look like much. But I suppose at the end of the day, neither do I. And Nelson's here. Good. You know where you are, Wayfarer? That's right. At the top of One Canada Square. You know what this place used to be before the world burned down? Right again. But it was more than just that. It was like a temple to money itself. Billions flowing in and out every day. Businesses, houses, livelihoods, lives, all bought and sold. There was no room for emotion here. Living and dying was an abstract thing. All anyone cared for was value and how to generate more of it. People lost their souls here, sucked up into the stream of the worship of money. That's the key, you see. That's what I've come to understand over the years. Tickets, pounds, shares, equity, cash, whatever you call it, it all has the same power. The power to own people's very souls. That's how I got Nelson so thoroughly. I could have just controlled him with threats, intimidation, blackmail, all effective enough mechanisms. But I wanted more. So I paid him. Not even very much. But he was a traitor, and I paid him for it. And that very knowledge ate away at his soul, the guilt consuming him so utterly that he became my pliant puppet. I'm just a businessman. But it doesn't work on everyone. Some people have desires that go far beyond money. Young Gaunt, for instance, I would never have a hope of buying out. And I get the impression you're not so easily swayed either. What's your fare, Wayfarer? I've got places to be, so let's pick... Interesting. I have a proposition for you. You've been a nuisance to me, no two ways about it. You've been very bad for business. But you've made a lot of openings too, and I need to fill them. Simple fact is, I need people like you. You join up with me and perhaps we can both profit greatly. Not just in cash, of course, but power, prestige, control, and perhaps even more besides. Intriguing. Tell me more. The real enemy. Yes, I see what you're getting at. You heard the name Smythe? Leaves me unsettled, all the reports I see. But what are you proposing we do? This is most interesting. You speak to my heart, Wayfarer, in a way no other has before. But there's one intractable obstacle to this. Nelson, you tell him.
It's Gaunt. He'll never agree to a ceasefire.
Precisely. So what are you gonna do? Kill Sebastian Gaunt?
I don't want to see the boy dead.
The boy's gonna get himself killed, one way or the other. The only question here is how. I'll tell you my mind on this. If this ceasefire is to work, then the vagabonds need a change of culture and a change of leadership. And Wayfarer, you're the only one I can trust. You got the balls to come give me this offer to my face. Quite frankly, you impress me. If I can't own you, I can at least partner on the basis of mutual profit. And maybe more can come down the line. But Gaunt has to go. And you have to be the one to depose him, whilst keeping the rest of the vagabonds on your side. You feel up to that? Good. Then go make it happen. Nelson, you stick around so our associate here can get in touch via your radio. I'm investing a lot of faith in you here. Don't let me down. It's just good business.
Oh, wannabe butcher, is it? What do you need? Absolutely. Like, but if any become big enough to... I told Sebastian. Good question. Touch me again, and there'll be consequences. Oh, wannabe butcher, is it? What do you need?